Fashion Week heats up. Jisoo calls Jimin a new inspiration. The glittering world of high fashion thrives on moments that leave people breathless. And this year's Fashion Week gifted us one of the most unforgettable highlights in recent memory. As the cameras flashed, the runway dazzled, and the crowd roared with excitement, Blackpink's Jisoo made a remark that stopped the entire fashion universe in its tracks. With elegance and certainty, she called none other than bts's Jimin a new inspiration. That single phrase sparked a cultural explosion, an unexpected crossover of two of K-pop's most influential stars in the heart of fashion's grandest stage. For fans, it was a dreamlike collision of worlds. For insiders, it was a groundbreaking declaration that may shift the landscape of fashion icons for years to come. But what exactly did Jisoo mean? Why did she point to Jimin out of all the global stars present at Fashion Week? And why does her statement feel like a cultural reset for both K-pop and the fashion industry at large? This is the story of that electric night, of the moment Jisoo's words changed everything, and of how Jimin's ever-growing influence is rewriting the rulebook of modern fashion. A night of high voltage, setting the scene. Fashion Week is never just a runway show. It's a world unto itself. The air was alive with anticipation as Paris played host to one of the most awaited showcases of the year. The venue glittered under chandeliers, the front row packed with celebrities, designers, editors, and influencers whose presence alone was worth millions in headlines. The atmosphere was feverish. Every arrival set off waves of screams, camera shutters, and frenzied reporters. Jisoo, Dior's darling and global ambassador, glided into the event with effortless grace. Wearing a gown that seemed sculpted out of starlight, she captured the essence of timeless beauty and modern power. Fans and media alike couldn't take their eyes off her. But then came another wave, an energy shift so palpable that it could be felt even before he stepped into full view. Park Jimin, the golden-voiced dancer of BTS, walked into the venue, dressed in a sleek, tailored black ensemble that fused luxury with his trademark elegance. Jimin became the gravitational center of the room. His aura commanded silence and admiration, his movements deliberate yet natural, as though the fashion world had always been his true stage. The compliment that shook the world as the show progressed and stars gave interviews. Jisoo was asked about her views on emerging inspirations in fashion today. She paused, her lips curling into that signature knowing smile that always precedes something memorable. Her response: "Honestly, I think Jimin is a new inspiration. The way he carries himself, the way he blends strength with elegance. It's something the fashion world desperately needs right now." The crowd gasped, reporters leaned in, and the internet practically burst at the seams. It wasn't just praise, it was validation. From a Dior muse and global style icon, these words were a crown placed on Jimin's head in the kingdom of fashion. Within seconds, hashtags flooded social media. Hashtag Jisoo on Jimin. Hashtag Jimin Inspiration. Hashtag Fashion Week Heat Up. Millions of fans reposted clips, translations, and reactions. Fashion insiders whispered to one another. Had Jisoo just announced the arrival of fashion's new prince? The power behind Jisoo's words compliments in fashion aren't mere niceties. They are cultural proclamations. Jisoo's acknowledgement was more than casual admiration. It was a public anointing, a recognition that Jimin embodies something the industry has been searching for: authenticity, grace, and boldness wrapped in one figure. For Jimin, who has long captivated audiences with his duality, soft yet powerful, delicate yet commanding, this recognition was monumental. He wasn't just another idol attending a runway show. He had officially entered the conversation as a muse, a tastemaker, and now, a force in global style. Why Jimin fits the role of a fashion icon. The beauty of Jimin's style lies in paradox. He can stand on a stage in leather and chains, radiating untamed charisma, and the very next day appear in a pastel suit, exuding poetic vulnerability. This duality is rare, and it's precisely what makes him fascinating. Jimin wears clothes differently. He doesn't let the fabric define him. He defines the fabric. A simple white shirt becomes a canvas of fluid elegance when draped on him. A couture jacket transforms into a story when he moves across a stage or a red carpet. His body language, honed from years as a dancer, gives life to every outfit in ways models often struggle to capture. This is what Jisoo recognized. In Jimin, she saw more than an idol. She saw a muse. A figure who transcends boundaries, who brings emotion and artistry to every garment he touches. Fans lose their minds. Social media erupted. Armies couldn't contain their pride as Blinks marveled at the crossover moment. The reactions ranged from emotional to humorous, but all carried the weight of history being made. One fan tweeted, "Jisoo calling Jimin an inspiration? This is not Fashion Week. This is History Week." Another wrote, "Jimin has always been my inspiration. Now Jisoo just confirmed what we've known all along." TikTok exploded with edits of Jimin on past red carpets, runways, and performances, captioned with Jisoo's quote. Instagram Reels compared his duality of looks, while Twitter trended with fan theories about possible Dior x Jimin collaborations in the future. Industry insiders react. It wasn't just fans who reacted. Fashion critics quickly joined the chorus. A leading Paris fashion editor commented, "Jisoo's words carry incredible weight in this industry. If she says Jimin is an inspiration, brands will take note. He has the charisma, the elegance, and the international appeal that could reshape men's fashion in K-pop's image." Some even speculated that Dior could be considering deeper ties with Jimin, given Jisoo's influence within the brand. Others suggested that Gucci or Saint Laurent might move quickly to secure him as their next ambassador. The consensus was clear. Jimin was no longer just an idol in attendance. He was now on the radar as a central figure in fashion. Fashion icons redefine the significance of this moment goes beyond personal compliment. It marks a cultural shift in who defines fashion inspiration. For decades, the industry leaned heavily on Hollywood actors, supermodels, and European royalty. But now, with Jisoo's words, the narrative has changed. K-pop idols are no longer outsiders. They are trailblazers. They are not only influencing music, but are reshaping what it means to be a style icon. Jimin represents this perfectly. A fusion of artistry, vulnerability, confidence, and international influence. By calling him a new inspiration, Jisoo effectively declared to the world that the next generation of fashion leaders will not come from the same old circles. They will come from K-pop, from Seoul, from artists who connect with millions on a deeply personal level. The future. What comes next? The question on everyone's lips now is, what's next for Jimin? Will he secure a major ambassadorship with Dior, perhaps alongside Jisoo? Could we see the two icons sharing a campaign, igniting a cultural firestorm of global proportions? The possibilities are endless, and each possibility feels electrifying. Imagine Jimin gracing the cover of Vogue, styled by Dior's creative director, with Jisoo's endorsement written between the lines. Imagine him headlining campaigns for luxury houses that once looked only toward traditional Western stars. Imagine the global resonance when fans see their idol not only dominate stages, but also redefine fashion on the grandest runways. Conclusion: a compliment that sparked a movement in the grand spectacle of Fashion Week, surrounded by dazzling gowns and powerful suits. It was one sentence that stole the show. Jisoo's declaration that Jimin is a new inspiration didn't just make headlines. It made history. For Jimin, it was more than praise. It was recognition of his artistry, his influence, and his ability to turn every moment into something unforgettable. For fans, it was a proud validation of what they had always known, that Jimin isn't just an idol. He is a muse, a visionary, an icon. Fashion Week did more than heat up this year. It caught fire. And at the center of the flames are Jisoo's words and Jimin's undeniable presence. Together, they set the stage for a new era, one where inspiration flows not from the expected, but from those who dare to redefine beauty and artistry in their own way. So now the world waits. Because if Jimin is truly the new inspiration, then we are only witnessing the beginning of a fashion revolution led by one of the most captivating stars of our generation.